It's race day in Budapest as we get ready for another round of the Formula One World Championship. We don't expect too many retirements at this track. There are plenty of current and former drivers with flawless finish rates here. In particular, Ralf Schumacher. He made it across the line in all 10 of his Hungarian Grand Prix starts. We're northeast of Budapest for the race today at the 2.7-mile Hungaroring circuit. 14 corners here, 8 to the right and 6 to the left, on a track where downforce is king and passing is notoriously difficult. Anthony Davidson is alongside me as usual for the race today. Now, can I talk to you about Pierre Gasly? Looks like they've got a tough race in store today as grid penalties from changing power unit components has forced them further down the field.
But on the bright side, at least those fresh components can help them maintain the power they need to come through the pack. I expect to see them take a more aggressive approach today to make up for the compromised start.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Albon, Sebastian Vettel, and Sainz, Ricciardo, Stroll, a Red Bull, and Lando Norris, Magnussen, Perez, Nicholas Latifi, and Giovinazzi, Grosjean, Ocon, George Russell, and Pierre Gasly. Raikkonen and Daniel Kvyat completes the grid. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Lewis Hamilton starts on pole to 5. Red lights for the Hungarian Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go. Lewis Hamilton gets the better of the starts of the two Mercedes. So he will probably be leading past turn 1 yes, he will be leading into turn 1 from Valtteri Bottas. There's a bit of contact back there and there's carbon fiber flying. So I think that was the Williams and possibly an AlphaTauri back there getting it all out of shape. And yes, it is a Williams and it's Daniel Kvyat as he's gone straight into the back of someone else in it. And as you see, it's Pierre Gasly as Gasly has damage as well. So they must have it coming together going down towards turn 1, maybe in the braking zone. But Lewis Hamilton leads us from Valtteri Bottas. Bottas really needs to pass Lewis Hamilton at the end of the first lap. And as you see, yes, Pierre Gasly does have damage. So he and Danny Kvyat probably came together on the run down towards turn 1. Because it wasn't in the middle of turn 1, obviously, because we would have saw it earlier. So Pierre Gasly will have to pit at the end of the first lap. So an abysmal first lap for him and Danny Kvyat, as Danny Kvyat's second race here at the Williams racing team. So he will really be trying to prove that he deserves that seat. Let's see what happened to Pierre Gasly. He gets a good start. He will be past the Williams of George Russell next to him. On the run down towards turn 1. Does he run into the back of? Yes, he does. And he gets hit in the rear. So it must have been Danny Kvyat because Kvyat had some major damage. I'm interested to see Kvyat's on board. Here it is. It's lights out and away we go. He gets away decently. As you can see, the AlphaTauri of Pierre Gasly getting past his teammate there at the start. Does he go straight into the back of him? He does go straight into the back of him, and that's a huge hit for the AlphaTauri. As you see, Ocon locking up. So I'm worried about whether Pierre Gasly has gearbox damage from that huge hit in the rear. Here's our start. We got an okay start off the line, but in the second phase into the braking zone, we pick up almost 4 places, that is. So a great first corner for us, and then going into the second corner, we are right up the back of the Renault, and we send one down the inside. That was not a planned move, but we saw how much room the Renault gave us, and we took it, and we went down the inside of him. A great move by us. Here comes Sebastian Vettel. He's really been putting on the pressure, and now he's past us, and we squeeze him to the inside, and now we will try to go around the outside into turn 1. But Sebastian Vettel has his move done before turn 1, and into turn 1, we still stay behind him. So we will be very eager to go down the inside into turn 2, and as we go down the inside into turn 2, and we make a little bit of contact with Sebastian Vettel, and we go slightly wide, which invites Vettel to get up our gearbox, and we made a little bit of contact with Sebastian Vettel, but I think we're okay, and I think that Sebastian Vettel's okay as well. Sebastian Vettel 1 lap before he came at us. And again, the second lap after that, he comes right back at us in the same exact way, and we do the same exact thing to him. We squeeze him to the inside, but he's got so much speed, but we are still side by side going into the first corner, and we switch it down the inside we go. So we switch it to the other side, and we get down the inside of Sebastian Vettel, and so does Daniel Ricciardo. So Ricciardo got past Sebastian Vettel. And here's what happened. When he went into the final corner, did the same exact thing as we did a couple laps prior. We get a poor exit that invites Vettel to get right past us. We squeeze him to the inside to try to get him to go slightly wide into turn 1. It slightly works, so we switch it to the inside, make a little bit of contact, and Vettel keeps turning into us into the middle of the corner. Here's what Vettel saw. Going into the final corner, this is the second time that he's tried this move and the second time that he's failed to complete this move, as Ricciardo got past him in the exit. As you see, we get very close, and Vettel gets squeezed to the inside. Gets halfway onto that painted strip of the pit lane. And going into turn 1, as you see, he still turns into us even while we are on the inside, and that invites Daniel Ricciardo to get past with DRS. Now Daniel Ricciardo is really charging, and we go slightly wide, and that invites Daniel Ricciardo to get right past us into the penultimate corner, and he is in front of us. Daniel Ricciardo gets past us, and so we have to settle right behind him, as now Sebastian Vettel is really charging behind us, and we have to get a good corner, but we don't. We lock up a little bit, which will invite Sebastian Vettel to do the same exact move that he's been trying to do for 2 times before this, and we tuck up right behind him to try to get some slipstream. We also have DRS from Daniel Ricciardo. Down the inside we go. On Sebastian Vettel, we make a little bit of contact, and now we have damage to our front wing. There's only a couple laps left, so we will be struggling, but we have damage to our front wing. We have DRS as well, but we lock up a little bit, and now the very, very risky is now we have Sergio Perez charging behind. Now the Racing Point is really coming at us, and Lance Stroll is past us, and we make a little bit of contact with Stroll, and now we have damage on both sides of our front wing. And we have to cut the corner because we can't make it with all this damage. And Lance Stroll and Sebastian Vettel are going at it now, as we go a little bit wide with this front wing damage, and that invites Vettel to get right up the back of us. As Lance Stroll going into the final corner, he will be really charging in. Oh no, he's gone straight into the back of Sebastian Vettel, and Vettel's gone straight into the back of us. So we go slightly wide, going into the final couple of corners, the penultimate corner, and then now the final corner. We're just ahead, and Sebastian Vettel makes contact with us. Seb made a little bit of contact with us into the final corner. We come out of the final corner to take the checkered flag just in front of them. What an amazing result for us, and it was so tough to try to keep them behind, and we made a little bit of contact, and so we had a lot of damage, so it was really tough. And Lewis Hamilton takes another win to extend his championship lead. What an amazing result for him and Mercedes. Now let's go to our team radio. Tough race, guys, but there's nothing I could do. The car's just not on today. I'm looking forward to next weekend.
It's a performance to be proud of today from our Hungarian Grand Prix winners. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
It was a really tough race. I have yet to fully master and fully find the grip in this car. It's super tough to drive. It was so tough today to try to keep the cars behind. I felt super slow in my car, and all around it was not a great day for us, and hopefully we can do some development and make the car feel even better, because right now it's quick, but I have no confidence in it. So I need to build confidence in this car, and good things will happen once we can finally find the grip.